This is everything that comes in the Deebot T90 Pro Omni ECOVACS robot vacuum box. There's going to be a quick start guide right at the top. It's going to show you everything that you need to know. And then I'm actually going to quick cut this and we'll show you every piece as it comes out pretty quick. Your platform, plug with grounding wire, manual, ECOVACS dish detergent, or the actual vacuum mop itself is your charging, cleaning power station, where the base is basically going to, or the robot's going to connect back to the base. So once you've connected to Bluetooth, you're actually going to connect to the Wi-Fi. You can rename your robot right here. And it's going to do a update. So there's going to be an over-air update. So once everything is updated, I'm just going to walk you through the app. There's some really, really cool things that I've seen in this app that I have not seen anywhere else. And I've reviewed a lot of the high to mid-high range vacuum mops on the market. So we can change our scenario screen, but the start, the dock, all of this is here. You have your personal settings here that you can add different items here. You can add third-party voice control. You can actually update the settings with the app, all of the different things. But really where the power comes in is once we get into the robot itself. So when we hit enter, it's going to take us into the mop. Now, this is before I've ever even started. We've got everything updated over air, all of those things. So I just want to show you a couple things. Cleaning mode, we can do vacuum and mop. Again, how much water is coming out if we're just going to do cleaning mode, vac only, vac and mop. Mop after vacuuming, suction power, we can do quiet mode, we can change all of these settings here. We can actually change our water flow, just dragging our finger back and forth, how much water is coming up. We can do cleaning speeds here, which is nice. We can do cleaning passes if we want to do 1 or 2. Now, if we go into advanced settings, we can do a sequence of events, like how do we want to auto clean? We want to empty the vacuum, go back. We can clean along the floor. We can go into a carpet settings and we can actually just vacuum only in certain spots, which is really, really nice. The other thing, again, that I have not seen, and this is crazy, is when we enter the device right here, in the start map, if we go to the station, you actually have control of the station. Now, I haven't seen this in any other app. Now, you might not think, oh, whoa, why is this so important? It's because you can actually empty the dustbin, wash the mop, or dry the mop just from the station settings. On the top of the base station, there's a dirty water compartment on the left, and then on the right is where you put in the clean water. And this basically gets pulled down into the mop before it starts mopping. And underneath the mop / vacuum is a little compartment where you have this gray basically panel where all of the dirty water falls in and gets sucked up into the dirty water compartment, and this just pops in and pops out. It's really easy to put back. On the front of the base station, this just comes off with a magnet, and you've got your cleaning solution that you drop right in here that actually gets pulled down into the mop. And on the right, you've got your dust bag. And again, these autofill. You can get these extra if you need more bags, and this is just magnetic. It just pushes right back on, and really nice and sleek, easy to use, just like that. Once you have everything connected, what you're going to do is you're actually going to start mapping your home around to different spots of the room. It's going to go underneath the couch, different things. We'll actually show you in this in action when it is mopping. You can see that those are the legs of the couch that's actually picking up right there. This should take no more than 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how big the room is or rooms that you're going to be using. After it's done mapping, it'll return back to the home base automatically, which most robot vacuums will do. And this tells you every step of the way what's happening. So it's now charging. Now you'll notice as it goes around corners is that we have this little side brush that's going to sweep everything around away from the corner. As we get into this kind of little hallway that goes out to our garage, that little brush is getting all the way into the corner, pushing the dust in front of the vacuum. So it's going to get all those things in the corner. And you can see it does really, really well in these corners. One of the things that's nice that even on this quick mode, it has a deep vacuuming, and you can tell that it changes when it's on carpet to when it goes to wood or tile. And so we have this quick transition of carpet, wood, and tile. And it's actually going right along the edge right here, which is really, really nice. So it has a really low profile, so it can get around and under things. You can see here underneath the couch. One of the other things this ECOVACS vacuum mop has that I have not seen anywhere else is the cleaning process. You can it'll tell you when the time it started, the room that you're doing, the process that you're doing, and how much time it's been going and what percent it is. One of the things that's fantastic about the T90 Pro DEEBOT is that it will actually go empty itself when it's full. Even if it's in the middle of vacuuming or mopping, it'll just go empty. And that's what it's doing right now. We're about halfway through this clean. It's gonna go back and empty. Before we jump into the mopping, I just want to show you a little bit. We did an entire room with pets, 2 daughters, my wife, and there is no dog hair, pet hair, female hair in this vacuum. This was the whole living room, across the carpet, everything right here. Now, before we jump in, a couple things I just want to note for you as we jump into the mop. So we have this roller right here, and this is actually detachable. You can wash it, take it off, and do things like that. What it's doing as it's mopping is it's continually cleaning. So there's a little water base right here on the top where our dirty water is going to be funneled out and go through as it's mopping, which is really, really nice. And so we have hot water constantly going through this as we vacuum. Again, this is kind of under the hood right here, just like this. So you can see we have here. So this again just pops off. You can pull everything out here if you want. As I mentioned earlier in the setup guide, what we could do is we have a little bit of water flow rate that we can change this, right? As much as water as we want, we can slide this back and forth. So we're gonna go 30, and then we have a couple different options. We can do mop after vacuum, we can do vacuum and mop, or we can do regular vacuum. So what we are going to do is we're going to do a vac and mop at the same time. And we're actually going to do a quick mop just to show you the mopping power, and then we'll show you the water cleanage and all that stuff. So before this goes out to mop, it will refill down here. So it's actually pulling water out of the clean water side right here. It's really, really quiet. You can't hear it, but it's pumping water down in here. We have the cleaning solution in as well that we've put in. So one of the things that you'll want to know is that as it vacuums and mops at the same time, is it actually heats up the water to about 170 degrees. And it will also do, and it's already started, you can see it's vacuuming and mopping. Back, it's going up and down. On this backside, you can see that the roller will extend out if it needs to. Now, as we head back for cleaning, you'll notice that that mop is all the way off the ground. So I've reviewed other vacuum mops where it actually is on the ground and just drags that dirt and grime and liquids that it just cleaned up. So now this is going to back in, and it's actually going to clean the mop with all of that hot water. So we'll show you some of that in that water as it pulls out all of that water. So while we're here waiting right now, let's just talk a little bit about the battery runtime. So it's got a 4,000 milliamp battery. That's going to give you about an hour and a half runtime per charge. The really nice thing is it does have a power boost fast charging, which is basically about 10 minutes back on the dock before it resumes. It covers up to 500 square meters in a single session thanks to the fast top-offs. In a real world result, which we just showed you, it'll clean a living room, a dining room, and a bedroom with only one trip back to the dock, and it'll finish in under about an hour. So this is all that dirty water. It was empty when we started. You can see it's got a little bit of milky white. There's a little bit of that soy sauce in there as well. You just pull that snap back right there, and this is just attached. And then you can see all that kind of dirty, milky water there. I'm going to clean this out after the fact, but you just dump it down the sink. You could dump it down the toilet, do whatever you want. I would wash it out with hot water. But the nice thing is this just snaps back into place. You can actually do it with one hand. And you see that little hook right there on the front actually just snaps right into place. And then you can go put it right back in the base station, and you are going to go for another round. So design is really sleek. It's all black. It's going to fit in pretty much any room in your house, and the noise is actually less than 60 decibels. So this is going to work at nighttime. We've run it multiple times. I showed you a bunch of different examples. So here's my final thoughts, to be honest. I've reviewed Shark, Dream, Mangosteen, another ECOVACS this summer. This thing does some amazing things that none of the other ones do. It gives you a countdown timer of when the job's going to be done. It's going to let you do room by room by itself. It does vacuum and mop at the same time, which a lot of them don't do. I do like that it comes with the hot water filter that you can do here. Some of them, the water temperature does not get that high, and so I don't feel, unless the water temperature is that hot, that you're going to get all the deep cleaning. The other thing that I've loved about this vacuum is the brush, right? So the brush, we've found zero pet hair, human hair, girl hair, anything like long hair there. So this is going to be best for pet owners, mixed hardwood carpet homes. If you have tile, you can see we went through a rug, tile, and wood. Now, is this the best out there on the absolute market? High end, no, but this is going to be the most value and the bang for your buck, and I would pick this over the Dream or the Shark in this price range. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you.